And welcome to the Friday morning market wrap. It's a massive night overnight. We've had crude crash, we've seen stocks down, we've seen the euro take a big tone, even though Mario Draghi basically gave another anything that we need to do to get this economy going kind of thing. The dollar yen is down 122.60. It's hit my first target. So first of all, apologies for the lack of a little video yesterday. I was staying at Mary MacKillop and I couldn't quite get the bandwidth I needed to do it efficiently. So so someone's just trying to talk to me on Skype here at the moment. So anyway, let's just quickly go around the grounds. I think that what's going on at the moment is that when stocks got above 2100 in the S&P, and I've talked about this for a while, people started to recognize that valuations got stretched, particularly when it's clear the Fed is, let me just say, hey, doing video, give me 10. Especially when the Fed is clearly doubling down and it's going to move in December unless something catastrophic happens. So what we've got is we've got the S&P as my bellwether back down through 200-day moving average, looking wobbly. Now, some of that, of course, is fed on the fact that crude's down, that commodities are down, those kind of things. But in reality, it was very much a technical outlook. Too far, too fast. Some real fundamental reasons why stocks would struggle for a bit. And then the momentum came out of the market and you end up with prices drifting lower. It's just the way the market works. You get a move, it either consolidates in time or it consolidates in price, and then you get a further reaction. So anyway, so that's where the S&P is. The FTSE has continued to underperform. It's a shocker. It looks terrible and looks like it's going lower. The DAX was down. So the FTSE was down almost 2%. The DAX was down 1 and a bit. They're looking wobbly. Now, on commodity markets, we saw a crash in oil. 41.60 is where the front NYMEX crude is now. That's over 3% now. It continued to fall towards the end of the US day. So it's no surprise then that if you look at stocks down, crude down, iron ore down again, copper down at 216, 216 and a half, another 6-year, another 6 odd year low. That's not a great scenario for the ASX, and it's not a great scenario for the Aussie dollar. Now, yesterday's unemployment data in Australia was fantastic. The Aussie rocketed higher. It was around 70, 50, 70, 60 just before the data, and then it roared up, and I think the high overnight was 71, 50 something. That's right on resistance. Then you get a fall in stocks, never good for the Aussie. You get commodities crashing, never good for the Aussie, those kind of things. And you see the Aussie lagging, the euro rally, and the yen rally. Now, why the euro and the yen rally? Why is particularly the euro rallying? We all know why the yen rallies. The yen rallies because it's Forex market safe haven. And not only were the charts basically saying that it was going to pull back a bit, again, time or price consolidation, but the euro's benefiting for the same reason. Money's coming home to Europe these days when things go awry offshore. And what that's done is it's put the euro back above 108.11. It's not a massive move, and even with the Aussie's slight pullback at 71.26 where it is at the moment, it's still up almost 1% and still the strongest of the G10 currencies. So it'll lag a little bit on the euro rally if it can kick off. But yesterday, I hope everyone's having a look. I speak in different voices in different spots. AxiTrader or my own website is where you'll see me talking more like a trader. Business Insider is where I'm more, a market commentator, journalist, those kind of things. So two different voices, but depending on what you want to see. But you'll see on AxiTrader and on Greg McKenna that, I've been short yen from earlier this week, went long euro yesterday, and they're the two primary trades for currency markets at the moment for me. Anyway, let's have a quick look at some charts. I'll share the screen, and then I'll say happy Friday and leave you to it. So here we are. This is my new AxiTrader MT4. I know you probably can't tell. The only reason that thing down there says waiting for data is I haven't decided what to put on it yet. Let's start with the bellwether of all markets, which is the S&P 500. Now that's one heck of a move, isn't it? Can you not see that? It's got some interesting. Doesn't look to me like you can. There we go. For some reason I've got resolution troubles on this machine today. But anyway, you can see here, gone through the fast moving average. 2060 was where we talked about it going last week. It's now down at 2039, 2040. It's slipping through the slow moving average. You've got to think it's going to come down to here, don't you? You know, somewhere. Let's just get my crosshairs. Where's that? That's 2007. So in my morning report at Axie, I wrote that I thought it was going to go to 2000 to 2009, so somewhere into that zone. We'll have to see that. You guys know how I trade. I've got a MACD. I'm also starting to use stochastics for those who use that. And so I'm thinking, why don't we just add a stochastic in? Indicators, insert, indicator, trend, oscillator, sorry, stochastic oscillator. Just go okay, right. So in the short, it's starting to look oversold. So, but with this, I still think that these two trend lines are going to converge at a lower level. So my sense is that we will get a move down towards 2000. We'll have to wait and see how it looks then. Right. So what does that do? That sets up for the Aussie market. Where is that Aussie chart gone? There it is, SPY 200. Rightio. So if we have a look at this on a weekly basis, this trend line here, better look at it on a monthly basis. This trend line here goes back to the lows in 2009, in March 2009, when the Aussie picked up, right? So now we've got the market's reversed on a weekly basis. And we are now, if I get rid of this channel, because it's clearly not in that channel anymore. Okay, there we go. Right, you're gonna have to. I'm sharing my screen properly again. These resolution issues, I apologize for that. So look, there we go. Look, there's our. All right, came down through right. So today in MT4 terms, 5060. That's a level. Give it a little bit because it got juiced up, but looks to me like if this level here goes, then we're heading back to here, which is 4876. So keep an eye on that. It is starting to get a little oversold, but you know, if you think about, you know, where are we in the world at the moment? You know, we've got a oil market down, we've got copper down. And one of the reasons I think that we know oil's down because stockpiles just keep building. But what we saw last night was we saw some loans data from China. And what's going on is that, you know, the Chinese, People's Bank of China can ease and ease and ease, and they can hold out the prospect of more easing. But the reality is if no one wants to borrow or the banks don't want to lend, the economy is not going to benefit. And that's what the data showed last night. So I think that's something that we all need to take on board. Now, if you have a look at the Aussie yesterday, this is the 4-hour chart. These are the lines I've drawn on. Let's just, got to click. There we go. Let's just get that in the right spot. There we go. And that one. It's not a channel. How interesting. Anyway, I thought it was a channel. My apologies. Anyway, so you can see it came up towards that old resistance line, up towards the trend line, ran into resistance. It's underperformed basically because of everything that's going on around it. If you look at it, that's on the 4 hours. If you look at it on the dailies, it's probably going to go back and test up to this 71, 50, 60 level. We'll see how it looks then. On a weekly basis, you'd swear that this was going to go higher. And don't forget, I can't say don't forget because I didn't do a piece yesterday. But yesterday morning, I wrote a piece about a NAB survey of funds managers. This is oil. We'll get to that in a sec. A NAB survey of funds managers and what they were saying about the dollar, and increasingly big money was starting to come back to not being so bearish on the Aussie dollar, which is a really interesting statistic. If you have a look at crude, hasn't really been going anywhere in an oscillator sort of sense in terms of the MACD, I should say, for a trend. It started to drop. Question of catch a falling knife. There's a fantastic, if I just go to my Business Insider 20 seconds report this morning, looks very interesting from Farkas there on 10 things you need to know this morning with the girl in the cat suit. This is a tweet from Westpac's research team. Seasonal inventories through the roof. So we're getting weak supply. You can't see it again. I'm sorry. We're getting weak supply. Prices under pressure. Chinese moves not gaining traction, and so you've got a market that is going to be under pressure. So retail sales in the States tonight, all the GDPs for a lot of Europe tonight. That's going to be a big number. Technicals are working again. Have a look at that. Don't forget to follow me on Axie. Obviously, if you follow Axie Trader on Twitter, most things I'll retweet on Greg McKenna. The Trading Club, but I won't retweet everything at Gregory McKenna because they're different voices. So have a look at that and follow that, because I'll be talking. The role there is a chief market strategist. So more of what I used to do when I was head of currency strategy at NAB and Westpac. So anyway, righto. So have a great day. That's it from me. Hopefully it hasn't been too rambling. There's some big moves afoot. We're getting into a dangerous period as the Fed doubles down on telling everybody that rates are going to go higher. People are worried about valuations. People are worried about what the impact of that's going to be. People are worried about emerging markets and what's going to happen there. I'm not overly bullish euro and I'm not overly bearish yen, but they're just reacting to everything that's going on. So keep an eye on your levels. Have a great day. You can find me on Twitter at Gregory McKenna. Have a look at the Axie Trader Twitter handle as well. You can find me at Business Insider always, and you can find me on my own website. Have a great day. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you Monday. Bye for now.